All right, the question has been answered. The question was, are we going to get Oblivion on Monday the 21st like the rumor was or not? It doesn't look like that is the case. Indeed, here we go. We've got the tweet from Bethesda themselves. It looks like this is an Oblivion announcement, which is interesting to me that there's a separate live stream from Bethesda just to announce the Oblivion remake. Number one, I do think they wanted it to be a shadow drop. So people are saying, and I agree with them, it's a shame that all the leaks came out as they did. Imagine how cool this would be if you didn't know the leaks. But my question beyond this is, are we getting anything else? Is Elder Scrolls 6 possible to be announced during this time? Because I'm not sure. Does it make a lot of sense to just put Oblivion on a standalone announcement, a standalone live stream? I mean, you do have Doom coming here in the next month on Game Pass. You've got Oblivion, if it looks like it's dropping and will be live tomorrow. But in my mind, the reason that you're remastering Oblivion and dropping it at this time, and I know that it was supposed to be dropped before and COVID set things back, et cetera, but why drop it now, in my mind, is so that you can start talking about Elder Scrolls. Now, the question is, does Xbox want to hold an announcement like that? Would they? Let's pretend that that's true, that there's going to be something about the next Elder Scrolls. Do they want to hold that for the Xbox big event here in June? Do they hold on to that? Is that something that you really want to own? Or do you set it up now? You make a teaser announcement, something, and then the hype comes in June for you to show off more gameplay. That's assuming that there's something there to announce. I think there is. I think the only reason that you remaster Oblivion to bring it up is so that you can now start talking about Elder Scrolls 6, the next iteration of Elder Scrolls, etc. Regardless, we're going to find out. So today at 11 a.m. Eastern time, we are going to get Elder Scrolls 6. This was dropped yesterday at 9:30 a.m. PT. They dropped this showing over on Twitter. Bethesda did. It's live. It's going to be a live stream on Twitch. It's going to be a live stream on YouTube. I will definitely be tuning in. It's at 11 a.m. PT, which is 11, what is it? 10, 9, 8 a.m. It is 8 a.m. So as this video drops, the live stream is live. So we may have a different video here today or a separate standalone video reacting to this. What is it going to be? That is the question. I don't know. I think we're going to get something about Elder Scrolls 6. I really do. I think that's why you have a standalone stream. Maybe they show off some of Doom. I don't think so. I think we know everything we need to know about Doom. I don't think you get any more hype about that. We've got a video, a trailer, Doom 2 trailer that dropped actually yesterday as well that we're going to go over in today's video. And then we do know the file size for Oblivion here. We're going to talk about it all. We're going to discuss it all. But before we do, don't forget, I can't talk. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We drop videos like this all the time. Today we may get 2 videos actually because this video, you know what, I'm going to drop this video. We're going to release it earlier than we normally do, just in case we need to make a second reaction video to Oblivion, because that's going to be a thing. But call it now, calling my shot now. I think we see Elder Scrolls 6. Let's see if I'm right. Let me know in the comments as you're watching this if I'm right or not. Let me know if you think that we're going to see Elder Scrolls 6. I think that's the reason that you drop it. What other reason? Like, I don't need a live stream to tell me about an Oblivion remake. Do I? Especially one that's already been so leaked and we know is a thing that's coming. I just need it to drop. I think the only reason you talk about it, well, maybe you set up like, hey, we want to show off a Fallout remake. We want to show off a Morrowind remake. We want to show off all of these classic games that we're going to remake and get hype about Bethesda. Maybe that's what we see, actually. Okay, so I think we may see some Elder Scrolls 6, like a teaser. I'm not saying that we get any gameplay or anything. I think they set it up for the big Xbox event in June. Number one. Number two, maybe what they're doing is showing, hey, here's Oblivion. It's a full remake here, or not remake, remaster. Here's what we're showing off. Look how much better this looks. Let's talk about what's all into it. Now let's talk about other games that we're remastering. Here's Fallout New Vegas. Here is... or Fallout 3, rather. Here is Daggerfall from back in the day. Here's some big titles that we want to bring back forward to modern audiences using modern graphics, etc. Maybe that's the call. Maybe that's the play. Regardless, I think it's exciting. I like what Bethesda's doing here. Remember, Xbox Bethesda. This is Xbox Bethesda. Bethesda's the first-party studio from Xbox. I like what they're doing. I like that they're making this an event. I really do. That's why I think there's more than just Oblivion. Does not make sense to me that you just have Oblivion here at all just to show a remaster that we already know is coming, that we've already seen leaks for. I don't think they do a standalone video. It tells me I think there's more to it. It's going to be very interesting to see whether or not there is. On that note, we do know the file size. It got leaked. This is from XOX Leak. This was leaked from, and you can see the install files over on Steam, 120.94 gigs, which means this is not some copy and paste, higher texture resolution remaster. This is full done. And from the images we've seen, it looks like a complete. In fact, I think remaster is the wrong word. I don't know what definitionally. What's the difference between a remake and a remaster? Is a remake you got to start from scratch? I don't know, because a lot of the areas that we're seeing, it's not like, oh, here's higher resolution texture files. No, they've been completely remade. Like some of the islands look completely different. The structures that I've seen side by side, it's like, oh, they went in and handcrafted this. Like they completely remade this. It's not a remaster. They didn't just give it more texture. It's architecturally different. So it's going to be cool. 120 gigabytes though. Ooh, that's big boy level. Again, just makes me more excited for Oblivion Remastered, for Elder Scrolls, and I can't help but think this feeds into the hype of Elder Scrolls 6. We're gonna see. I may be completely wrong. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. But what a way to hype up Elder Scrolls 6. If you announced Elder Scrolls 6, gave us more details about it in the live stream today, you get, I think, even more downloads, even more purchases of the remastered, especially if somehow Oblivion ties into Elder Scrolls 6 somehow, and there's like a direct, which I don't think that there is, but if there was, I mean, woo, that would be absolutely huge. I'd love to know what you guys think, though. What do you think of the file size there? 120. I mean, we're up there in Call of Duty numbers, guys. That is huge. Now, that is just for the PC. It may be different. It's probably going to be a little bit different on Xbox. That will also be interesting to see how that goes. Again, XOX Leak here. My main man. In fact, I didn't realize I wasn't following him. Let me give him a follow. He's always dropping stuff. I've used him as sources in the past. I think I have him on a list of gamers that I follow. I just never followed him. Apologies. Hey, bro. Apologies. And last but not least, we have the Doom trailer that also dropped 2 days ago that we just haven't had a chance to go over. And I have to say, what Bethesda is pumping out, what its studios is pumping out, is just on fire where it comes to everything Doom. I know that there's some hesitation out there about Doom with respect to, this is the first time we have a shield. Some players really love the way in the preview that the shield has worked. Some players don't like the way that the shield has worked, the way that it's felt. I think it looks excellent. Basically, no, we're not playing the sound here because I always get dinged when I play the sound. I don't know how reactor YouTubers do it. They don't get dinged. I always get dinged. But basically, the audio, you got to go listen to the narration. I think they're setting up what seems to me a pretty cool story. Basically, the story is about, these forces from below El Diablo. And they specifically say, avoid Doom Guy, go directly for the humans. And then right here we have a narration that says, touchdown, Doom Guy has now entered the fray. And you can see him joining the humans there. So it's going to be very interesting to see what it's all done here. And here we get to the crux of what Doom is. And that's that buttery, smooth combat. Look at the shield, dude. I am so excited for the shield. I'm excited for what it adds. I think where players who are previewing this game had to get used to, it looks like it's more of a combination fight here where, like, how do you use your gun and your shield complementary to each other? How do you use them in tandem? And that may take some getting used to, especially from the old school diehard Doom fans here. But the game looks amazing. I am so stoked. This drops on Game Pass in May 15th. This drops on Game Pass. So we're going to get this over there in May. Now, think about this. Let's pretend for a minute that we do get some Elder Scrolls 6 news today. You've got Oblivion Remastered that just dropped. Just from the Bethesda side of things and id Studios. You got Oblivion Remaster dropped, which looks like it's going to be a top-to-bottom type of remaster. Again, I don't know let me know in the comments. What's the definitional difference between a remaster and a remake? I think remake must be from scratch, from the ground up, right? So you've got, though, on Game Pass, Oblivion dropping which we'll hear about today. Maybe it drops today. Maybe it's next week. But regardless, we're going to see more about Oblivion here, a remaster. Let's pretend. Let's just pretend. Let's go to Fantasyland for a minute. Let's pretend they give us some Elder Scrolls drips here. Elder Scrolls 6 drips. And then you got Doom. Look at Xbox is really, with these purchases, I think Bethesda is a huge asset that we're just barely beginning to realize here. I mean, we had Indiana Jones, but that was really just the first. But look at the combination that's being put together for Xbox, Xbox first party studios, for Game Pass as a whole. The 1, 2, 3 combination here that could be put together. Not to mention what has already released this year. Between South of Midnight, you had Avowed that dropped earlier. You've just got this first-party content that is dropping and dripping out on a regular basis that eventually I think becomes overwhelming and overwhelming to the competition. There is no better deal in gaming. There's no better value in gaming than Xbox. Now, there's still some things to button up because this is not a 1-year process, not a 2-year process. For instance, we talked yesterday about them now getting their UI, the Xbox UI, to this singularity point where it doesn't matter if you're on PC, if you're on a handheld, or if you're on Xbox, it's all the same. That's going to take a few years to get to. In the meantime, the content that is just persistently dropping over time makes it more and more undeniable, gives you another excuse, another opportunity to talk about Game Pass, to explore Game Pass, to sell Game Pass. And with a game like Doom and even Oblivion that is also coming to PS5, it doesn't even matter if people don't even subscribe to Game Pass. Eventually they will. It's going to take a few times where like, I just spent $140 on a couple games here. I could have just subscribed to Game Pass. I think I'm subscribing to Game Pass, baby. I don't think there's going to be one game that persuades someone to pick up a PC or to pick up an Xbox to get into the Game Pass game. I think it's going to be multiple touch points, multiple experiences, and doing the math and realizing, what am I doing? I could be playing this on Game Pass. Xbox Anywhere. I could be playing anywhere. I'm getting a PC. I'm going to get Game Pass. I'm getting an Xbox. I'm going to get Game Pass. I think that's the reality of where we're headed. And it's very, very excited. That does us for today, everybody. Let me know what you think. Again, we're just a few hours away. I'm going to drop this early this morning. So this will maybe be out an hour or two, maybe 2 hours before we get going here with the live stream of the Oblivion. We're going to see, am I right or am I wrong? Do we see anything else? At the very least, I think we see other remasters that they're working on. At the most, my Fantasyland dream is we see some Elder Scrolls 6 stuff. It's going to be interesting. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I get right, what I get wrong in the comments below. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.